Here comes that rainy day feeling again. Nah, it's not that bad. It's raining outside, but inside. She's back together. So she's back. And we're not going to fly it today, but let's take a little review of some of the work that went into getting this thing fixed and all set up. There's Bob. And noticed something didn't look right. This appeared. If we can't get this fixed, that could end the season. All right, so here she sits. Oh, I made a puddle. No lid on her. Dave Wilkie has the canopy over at his shop right now. And so this is just a strange sight. So what they look like without the lid. This is the convertible model of the Extra 300 mid-wing. No big deal. Gonna need to put the visor on. Probably gonna be windy, tough to see. All right, let's go take a look and see what we can learn.
Is that working? Pretty good. Look at that, huh? Just takes some tennis elbows. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use this finishing additive,
Okay.
some resin, and I'm just going to leave that high. And then tomorrow I should just be able to kind of sand it down and sort of be what it is.
Okay.
Put some better tape around it. Try not to scratch up the paint and stuff, but kind of keeping it as small as we can keep it until figure out. I mean, to really ferret in perfect, you know, it would just things like that grow.
Yeah.
Just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Yep.
So just trying to keep it sort of small and neat.
Well, I'm just gonna repaint this little spot on the hood of my truck. And,
Yeah, right.
oh, well, I guess I'll take it out here a little ways and, oops,
Yeah.
gotta take it out here now and, let's just put a new hood on it.
That's what happens.
All right, so cleaning the canopy, the scratches that were pretty deep actually came out really nicely, and now there's just a lot of little tiny stuff in here that if we spent the next half hour, 45 minutes polishing, we could probably get out and get it perfect smooth, but as far as like the big stuff going away, it's gone. So this Nova stuff, pretty good. This is the number 3, followed up with the number 2. And there's probably a number 1 out there, isn't there, Dave?
There is.
Okay, so you could go and spend all day with it, but for right now, I mean, that's a good looking canopy, and we'll get the rest of this cleaned off. We'll be happy with that, and we'll be able to see. It'll be good. And it's cheap. I thought this was going to take days. Hey, welcome back to the hangar. Talking with Dave, he also noticed something when he came out to the aircraft and wants to investigate a little further. Not really hearing it now, but he said when he moved, the horizontal stab, he could hear squeaking or rubbing or movement. So he wants to investigate. Whoop. Get in there. So he wants to investigate a little further and see if there's potentially anything kind of messed up with the tail. So I'm going to take the turtle deck off, take the fillet off the back, and we're just going to make sure that everything's good inside there. And we'd rather, you know, do it the right way than have any kind of problem. So I'm going to take the turtle deck apart. I've already started. I thought I was just going to be able to take the fillet off. I was wrong. But luckily on the 300s, as opposed to the Ls and the LXs, you can just take the top of the turtle deck off. It's not all one continuous piece like in the later model extras. There's still a lot of screws though, but that's okay. It's also a real good idea to check that these are tight after maybe every 5-10 hours. Your mileage may vary, so as you maybe check your screw tightness more often and start to build data as like, oh, okay, they're not loosening up at 5 hours and not loosening up at 10 hours, then you'll know when you really need to check them, tighten them up, make sure they're taken care of. Before I did the last flight with this, I went around and did a screw check, and there were about 5 that are loose, and it's been about 15 hours since the last time I went through it. So do that. You don't want this turtle deck to come off. It's got some tension on it. That is longer. Do I have any in my pocket that are that long? I don't think I do. Why is this one so long? Gotta remember that front right corner. It's longer. Don't know what's up with that. I could probably get the fillet on the vertical stab out now with as loose as it is, but might as well just take them all apart. Okay. Don't really see any place where this might be rubbing. I mean, I don't hear anything earth-shattering in here. That sounds like the tail wheel mount. Doesn't sound like anything inside of here. So that's good news. I don't think we're rubbing. But while we're in here, clean this up a little bit. Some of that junk off of there, maybe, and just kind of clean things up. Take a look, any FOD? Anything back there that's not supposed to be there? No. None of that's broken. This looks okay, but this is probably going to be the last ride for this fabric. This fabric is going to need some replacing. There's some ringworm really starting to show up. In here, it's pretty bad. It's cracking and splitting, losing pieces there. So this might be it for this. And if we change that, change the fabric, then we'll probably get a new tail number. Okay, I think we're all right with this. So we'll just get this cleaned up and put it back together. That won't be a problem. So we're putting the tail back together here, Dave Wilkie came and took a look at what he was concerned about and having the tail off. The squeak that we heard earlier went away. So then Dave came and took a look at everything inside and saw the witness marks on the bushings, and the bolts and nuts hadn't moved, anything like that. The squeak went away, everything was gone. And took a look at everything else in there too, just to make sure there wasn't anything obvious. The only thing that I was concerned about is there's a little bit of ringworm on the paint. And he said, yeah, there's really not a whole lot you can do about that. Maybe put some anti-chafing tape over top of it, a little bit of glue, maybe get some extra red paint in there. But I'm thinking that potentially next year might have new fabric, might have a new tail number. So maybe we're not so worried about it right now. As stressful as the last 2 weeks have been with the canopy issue, the thing that really kept me sane, I suppose, was once the episode posted that, I mean, it was a nothing episode that had the problem. The outreach from folks in here was amazing, and I need to thank you all. For a lot of you, there's just too many to thank, but Grant Nielsen, Eric Extra, Lee Hubner, Doug Veda, Chris over at Anthracite Aerosports, he's got a beautiful airplane, check that thing out. Mikey G, Mike Goulian, Jeremy Wicker, Rob Holland, Warren Sillers, Jim Burke, Bob over at Nashua Jet, where their airplane was stored, and Dave Wilkie for the repairs did an awesome job. Get the airplane in, got the canopy in, got it taken care of, and had the guidance from Extra. And I cannot say thank you to the people that reached out, the generous, more than generous offers that we got. We had a gentleman from Minnesota say that he'd ship us a canopy because he's rebuilding his Extra 300. And I don't have his name, I only have his email address. He got onto the Spread Aviation website and was messaging me through there. Thank you very much for the offer. Lee Hubner, you're amazing, amazing man. And at the time, I was very down in the dumps, and your outreach definitely played a part in keeping my spirits up. And we've got this problem solved. So we're going to go out to nationals, and we're going to fly the heck out of this thing, and we are going to put on the best performance that we can for those judges. And I'm looking forward to the rest of this trip, the conclusion of this journey, which will hopefully only just be a what's next. And looking forward to that. So take care, fly safe. Hey, it's Rob with Spread Aviation. If you're enjoying the show so far, make sure you hit that like, follow, and subscribe button. Also, check out our partner, cj.laroche.20 on Instagram.